Hey, what's up everyone? It's the Fiercilla, and today we are going to take a look at the S.H.MONSTERARTS Hedorah 50th Anniversary Special Figure Set. And again, this set features 3 figures showcasing the Smog Monster in its adult form, its flying form, and its swimming form. And again, just a little quick reminder, this Hedorah is from the 1971 film of Godzilla vs. Hedorah, or also known as Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster. And again, with the box contents here, you have Hedorah, the adult figure, and then Hedorah, the flight figure, and Hedorah, swimming figure. And you get a flying mode stand, as well with a swimming mode stand. And I must say, looking at the box right now, and knowing that that's what you're going to expect for this S.H.MONSTERARTS version for Hedorah, I'd say this is a really good addition to the S.H.MONSTERARTS series. And of course, it adds something a little bit different to the table for the S.H. Monster series as well. And for, I guess, where I found this Hedorah S.H.MONSTERARTS set, again, if you haven't watched the vlog that I posted earlier today, make sure you do, as at one of the conventions I went to a couple weeks back, I was able to grab my hands on this Hedorah and got it for a cheaper price than what's listed so far that I've seen, which would be on Big Bad Toy Store for a lot more than what I would have thought about getting from Big Bad Toy Store. But I got this one for about, I think it was, I believe, $180, so that was a pretty good deal. And now here we are opening up the contents of the Hedorah S.H.MONSTERARTS box. And yep, this is what you can expect from the packaging there. And of course, from the S.H.MONSTERARTS series, some will have little instructions if they have their accessories, and showing you of how to place the figure if they come with a stand, accessory. And now let's just go on ahead and open up and take all the pieces out of this plastic. So here it comes with a small one where you have most of the accessories in, which would be the stands and the bases. And now, as you can see of me pulling out the figures themselves. So for the main plastic packaging, I guess you could say, all the figures are kept together with the adult Hedorah there, and then you can see the flying form right here. And just first impressions looking at the figure and the other forms of this figure, since Hedorah does come with, well, let me rephrase that. Hedorah has at least up to 4 different forms you can make here with this set from the S.H.MONSTERARTS Hedorah figure. And, well, as you can see, this one, the flying form, it has a little bit of some weight to it, but also to note, with, I believe, as this is referred to, the flight form, it's roughly about 6.69 inches there. And there, you saw a little bit of the bottom. And now, we're going to take a look, a little close-up look of the swimming form. Well, I guess you could say also, too, it being connected to its other piece, because as you saw, it comes with a swimming mode stand that you can also have this part of Hedorah be on a stand, or have the head separated from its small body to be on another base, which you'll get to see here in a few moments. But now, for the main part of this set, you have Hedorah. Well, the adult form of Hedorah here. And yep, there you saw a little piece of plastic that's in between the front of Hedorah's legs. And yep, and there we have it. All of them out of the plastic box there. And again, with the adult form of Hedorah, and I believe that this one also is 6.89 inches there. And then for the swimming, it's roughly about 3.31 inches. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much as far as other things to note about this Hedorah set as far as with the size. And you can see here that they all scale differently with one another, and I'm sure they would all go well together with any 6-inch tall Godzilla figure that you also may have in your collection of S.H.MONSTERARTS figures, or even other Godzilla figures as well. And of course here, as I mentioned before, you have a little small grayish looking base here for the head that can come off of the swimming Hedorah version, as from the scene in the movie of Godzilla vs. Hedorah, where we see Hedorah pop, well, pretty much pop the head out of the water, and then soon enough jump out of the water, which comes to be a little bit of that flying stance, I guess you could say. And yep, as I mentioned before, you can take this one apart and respectfully put either, if it's together with its whole body, on a stand, or if you want to also put it back on its gray base, you could also have it on there, as I believe with that gray base, to also give that visual appearance of it being in, popping out of the water of its, well, since Hedorah is pretty much made out of sludge slime, however way you want to word it, but mostly a lot of toxic material. But for this one here, very nicely detailed, and as you can see there at the bottom, has its little well, legs there. And for the consistency of the color, it's consisting of gray colors there, different shades of gray, and of course with the eyes being all similar with one another of red, and then with the forgot the word of the part where pretty much how you see in the surrounding of the eye it's red, and then in the center it's yellow, and then it has the black pupils there. So now moving on to the Hedorah flight figure. You can see there with also the colors that, and again, that it's getting lighter now in terms of its shades of gray, but also a little bit dark areas there at the sides, and a little bit there at the front of Hedorah's head. And again, the eyes are much more brighter in red there, and see a little bit more of a, I guess I should reiterate, a more golden, well, golden yellow color there. And with the flight Hedorah figure, it's big, all right. And I think, again, mentioning before, if you have another Godzilla S.H. Monster Arts figure, definitely, I think, would size up really well in scale with another Godzilla figure, or maybe another kaiju to face off against Hedorah. And again, to also with the difference of the stands there, obviously you have the smaller stand for the swimming Hedorah figure, and the much more larger stand for the flight Hedorah figure. And here we have much more of a profile shot there. And now taking a look at the underside of the flight Hedorah version, as I take this figure off its stand, and we get a closer look here at the bottom. So you can see Hedorah's little, well, I don't know if you would really call it little hand, like sludge of hands there at the bottom. And the top, well, in general, with the whole figure of this one, very nicely detailed, and it's got a lot of grooves into it of detail, the texture, and maybe at the top wrinkles there, and also at the sides there, underneath at the bottom, a little bit of those wrinkles, and perhaps also on the top and the back of this Hedorah flight figure. And at first it was a little bit tricky putting this one on the stand, but of course here it does go in a certain way, and you just got to make sure that with the stand there, it's on the right, groove of it, and it'll sit in place like so. Alrighty, everyone. So now we are going to go on ahead and take a closer look at the adult Hedorah figure. Now again, with this one, of its final form here, again, colors consisting mostly of lighter lighter shades of gray, a little bit darker, a little bit of black there, and oh, yep. And as you saw right there, a little piece of the Hedorah figure came off, which I'll get around to showing where it came off in a second here, or I guess you can see right there. To where in between on, I guess for perspective, next to the left hand there. So when I first opened the, checked the figure, it does have a few, I don't know if also yours will be the same case, but I guess this was the only area on my Hedorah figure where the joint there to attach that part was a little bit loose. So again, just be mindful of the parts there, as this figure is very articulated with the arms and the legs, and of course with the tail, as much as with the head. And I'd say pretty much between where it's like next to the legs there, where you'll have those parts of Hedorah maybe tend to fall off from time to time. And again, here we got articulation, and yep, that is Hedorah upside down. And a little bit of a look at underneath the arms there with that yellow green color there, and a little bit of that red touch of color on the tail. And yep, if you go too far with bending the tail, it'll pop off on the joint there, and of course just go ahead and just place it back on. And there you have it. So just a reminder, as always, with any articulated figure, or even with your S.H. Monster Arts figures, just be careful and just be mindful of how far you're taking it to articulate your figure for a certain pose, and where you're going to place your figure if they're going to be on for display. Because for this adult version of Hedorah, it's a lot heavier than the other forms. And here, as you can see, of how much each leg can rotate all the way around. And if you're not paying attention, like I was the first time when doing this, I kind of lost track of what was really the front and the back. But I guess there's some way of noting, as you can see at the bottom of Hedorah's feet, as those little parts that extend out of, well, I don't know if you want to really call them toes or parts of Hedorah, as there's larger parts of those on the outside and smaller on the sides. And now here you're seeing the rotation of the arms there. And again, just be careful, as with Hedorah's parts there, they can sometimes tend to get in the way of you making a full rotation of the arms, and same would go for the legs there. And again, just be careful of lifting up the arms all the way up and all the way down. And now well, there you can see a little bit of what's underneath there on that little part on the back of Hedorah's head. So I guess if you're going to have Hedorah looking all the way down, just make sure that little flap is, of course, down. And with the paint job on the back side of Hedorah there, you got a mix of yellow, red, and dark areas of gray there. And here, what I was talking about earlier, if you're going to have Hedorah face down or looking straight ahead, you know, just make the proper adjustments that you need to when you're going to pose Hedorah for either pictures or maybe even make a stop motion video of this figure. And now going back to this part of attaching, well, this little piece of Hedorah back on. So there at the front there, Hedorah has many, I guess, I don't know what's the right word for it, but little flaps there. And there's two at the front there that, you know, that you can try to rearrange, kind of. But again, for me, in my case, that's that one part of this figure where I'm sure it's also common with other S.H.MONSTERARTS figures that you'll tend to have either an arm and hand, like a hand, or small piece of the tail tend to always fall off. So probably this might be a common thing when you get your hands on the S.H.MONSTERARTS Hedorah figure here, where you might experience the same issue. But again, do not worry, as it's easy to put on, but a little bit annoying when, of course, it tends to fall off. And yep, it looks to be on there good. So again, just got to be mindful not to, I don't know, not to shake it around or move it a lot. And yeah, I ended up taking it off again by accident. Alright everyone, but anyway, there you have it. The S.H.MONSTERARTS Hedorah 50th Anniversary Special Figure Set. Now, you may be wondering if it is worth getting, and I probably will say that definitely is a must-have in your collection, especially if you already have a bunch of different Godzilla S.H.MONSTERARTS figures, or in general of anything of Godzilla figures. But getting back on track here, I'd say that yeah, it's definitely worth getting, and hopefully either you can get it for a good price somewhere cheaper, but if not, it's in stock right now on the Big Bad Toy Store website, and I'm sure other avenues as well online. And for me, I definitely look forward to making stop motion videos of this figure, and also after this posting other images of cool, better quality images that I took on a different camera. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much just gonna be it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the different angles here as I tried something new with two different cameras for this Hedorah S.H.MONSTERARTS figure review. And again, thank you all for watching. Hope you stuck around. And again, please make sure to like the video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next one.